Hi guys!
Hello!
Welcome back to our channel, All Round Health Talk. So we're back like never before to give you more nuggets on health. So we have a very interesting topic to talk about today, and it's about the myths and legends of birth control. Like in this society, there's a lot of things we've heard about birth control, right? How we use different methods in order to prevent pregnancies and in order to protect us from STIs, right? And not necessarily all these methods are actually proven, and not necessarily all these methods work, right? So we're here to debunk those myths and actually give you actual facts about birth control methods, right? So the first birth control myth that we're going to debunk today is drinking andrew liver salt or water and salt to prevent pregnancy. Now, if you're a Nigerian, right, you know what andrew liver salt is. It's this salt that comes in sachets, and we mix in water, a glass of water, and we take whenever we have like indigestion or acid reflux, right? So we usually take that drink in order to calm the symptoms. So a lot of people think that taking this andrew liver salt actually prevents pregnancy, but that's not true, because if you look at the whole physiology of andrew liver salt, it has nothing to do with the reproductive system, which is where pregnancy takes place. So that is one myth that we want to debunk today. Andrew liver salt does not prevent pregnancy. Salt and water does not prevent pregnancy. In order to avoid premium tears, please. Andrew liver salt and salt and water do not prevent pregnancy. Please, if you want to take up birth control, talk to your doctor in order for he or she to create a good or a suitable birth control plan for you, so that you can effectively prevent pregnancy. Yeah.
Okay, number two, we've also heard that people are putting antibiotics in their vagina to kill the sperm or whatever. I don't know what the idea is, but that's a no.
That's a no.
Antibiotics, we've said in one of our videos, it's for bacterial infections. Now, the sperm is not a bacteria, it's a sperm. So you can't use antibiotics to prevent getting pregnant. The most important thing for you to do is find out which anticonceptive method works for you and use that. Don't be putting antibiotics, okay? Thank you.
You feel wound yourself. Okay, so the next one is so long as your pull-out game. You know, we've heard of this thing they call pull-out game, right? Like how an expert you are at pulling out, but you think that okay, so long as you're high up there with your pull-out game, that you're good, that you can never get a girl pregnant, or the girl will be depending on the guy's pull-out game in order not to get pregnant. Like there's something we call pre-com, right, which is the tiny fluid you see at the tip of the penis just immediately after the main sex starts, right? And that pre-com can have a lot of sperm cells in it, right? And these sperm cells are very much capable of getting a girl pregnant, right? So if you do not take that into consideration, even if your pull-out game is like up there, you still stand the chance of getting someone pregnant. You still stand the chance of getting pregnant. So you have to have an actual birth control plan in order to prevent you from getting pregnant. So whether your pull-out game is top-notch or you're the expert stage of pull-out, is still not an effective method of birth control, because there is always pre-com to take into consideration, right? And even when ejaculation is getting close, you still don't know if there was a quantity of semen that was deposited inside the vagina before the guy actually pulls out. So these are things that you have to take into consideration when it comes to birth control. So please get an effective birth control plan with your doctor, right? Talk about contraceptive with your doctor.
Yeah. Also, I just want to advise the sisters out there, if you get pregnant, the whole stress, the whole burden of pregnancy is on you, not on the guy. So don't depend on his
his
expertise on
sexpertise
controlling his ejaculation or his deposition of sperm. No.
Yeah.
Think about yourself. Everything depends on you. So just take all the precautions necessary. Now, next myth we're going to be talking about is the fact that people think that all anticonceptives, all birth control methods protect you from STIs, sexually transmitted infection. Well, sorry to burst your bubbles. STIs are sexually transmitted infections. Birth controls are for preventing pregnancy. You see? So the birth control cannot prevent the sexually transmitted infection. It can only protect you from pregnancy. Now, the only birth control method that can actually help you with STIs is condom, the barrier method. But even that is not so 100% effective because we have herpes, right? And herpes is not just around the vaginal area, it could be around the pubic area where the condom doesn't extend to. Also, for those who like oral sex, you could have herpes in your mouth. You don't use condom in the mouth, right? Or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So just be on the safe side and make sure that you get tested and your partner is tested just to be on the safe side.
Yeah. So the next myth we're going to debunk, right, is the notion that you can use the morning after pill as often as you want, right? You can't do that, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, the morning after pill is a pill that you use when you've had unprotected sex, right? And this pill, what it does is it prevents ovulation, and it also reduces the chances of the egg, even if after you've ovulated, it reduces the chances of that egg getting fertilized by the sperm, right? That's what the morning after pill does. And because of the composition, it has a higher dosage of hormones than the normal birth control pills, right? So there is a specific number of time, depending on the type of morning after pill, there's a specific number of time, maybe in a year annually, that you're supposed to take these drugs, right? So if you start abusing these drugs all the time, every time you have unprotected sex, you're setting yourself up for complications on the long run, right? That's very important for you to take note. So it's important for you to talk to your doctor about how many times you can actually take a morning after pill in a year, and it will just save you a lot of trouble if you were to set up a birth control plan with your doctor instead of depending on morning after pills all the time, which is very detrimental to your health on the long run. So yeah, you cannot take the morning after pill as often as you want all the time, every time you have unprotected sex. That is very detrimental to you. So yeah, get a birth control plan with your doctor. Yeah.
Next myth. Most people think that the morning after pill prevents or causes abortion, right? Like she explained, the function of this medication is to prevent ovulation, and in the case that you've ovulated, it helps to reduce the chances of fertilization. Now, when fertilization has occurred, my sister, you're on your own.
Yeah, you're
the morning after pill will not
do anything,
will not scatter the fertilization process that has taken place. It has happened. It has happened. So
like you're pouring water on rock.
Okay. So remember that if fertilization has occurred, the morning after pill will not do anything for you.
Yeah. So the next myth we're debunking is that you can't get pregnant if it's your first time. Really, sister? Really? Hey, God. Like, avoid premium tears. Avoid premium tears. Like, the first time, your first time having sex is the same thing as if you've had sex a million times, right? So long as you are ovulating, or you have the capability to ovulate, you have the capability of getting pregnant when you have sex. And having sex when you're ovulating even increases your chances of getting pregnant, right? So long as you're ovulating, you are capable of getting pregnant when you have unprotected sex in this case. So yeah, it doesn't matter if it's your first time of having sex, second time, third time, 100th time, I don't know how many times, but please don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by these myths. You still can get pregnant. Yeah.
Okay, so still on the morning after pill, people think that it is only effective if you take it the morning after the sex, because it says morning after pill. No, it's actually an emergency medication, so you take it after sex. If you remember after sex that I didn't use a condom, I wasn't protected, you take it immediately, you remember. Also, you have a window of 4 to 5 days after the unprotected sex to take this medication for it to be effective. So it doesn't mean that you have to take it in the morning, and if you don't take it in the morning then you can't take it again. No, you can still take it up to 5 days after the sex.
Yeah, but it's advisable to actually take it way earlier. So the earlier you take the morning after pill, the more effective it is, or the better for you. Yeah, so the next myth is actually like that breastfeeding is 100% effective in preventing pregnancy. Now we know that during breastfeeding there is this hormone called prolactin that is secreted in the body of the woman, and this prolactin has a way of reducing your chances of getting pregnancy because of the whole effect it has with the reproductive system. Like it helps in reducing ovulation and all that stuff. So in a way it helps you to prevent pregnancy, but it is not 100% effective. It's not something that is what we call sure banker, like as long as I'm breastfeeding I cannot get pregnant, at least until I stop breastfeeding. Okay, now that is not true, because breastfeeding is not 100% birth control method. It's like one of the natural birth control methods, but it's not 100%. There is still a slight chance that you can get pregnant even while breastfeeding. So in this case it would be advisable for you, especially if you're not ready to get pregnant so soon, which medically is not even advisable to get pregnant so soon after just giving birth. So it will be advisable for you to complement with an actual birth control method, right? So it could be maybe the barrier method using condoms, IUDs, or it could be maybe the pills, right? So yeah, it will be better for you to complement the breastfeeding method with an actual birth control plan in order to further increase your chances of not getting pregnant while breastfeeding.
Okay, so last myth for the day. People say the IUD is not recommended in teenagers or women who have not gotten pregnant before, or who plan to have babies in the future and don't have babies yet, because it causes infection. Well, that's not true, because studies have shown that it doesn't cause infection. Actually, based on studies, it's actually recommended for teenagers and women, virgins, or those who are trying to have sexual relationship but don't want to have kids yet, to use the IUD, intrauterine device, because it's actually very much more helpful than every other method. Also, they don't cause infection. A woman who uses IUD and a woman who does not use IUD have the same chances of having a pelvic inflammatory disease. So it has nothing to do with the IUDs. You can use IUDs if you haven't had kids yet. So no problem with that.
Yep.
So basically, this is what we wanted to share with you, debunking the myth, and we hope that you've learned from us from this video, and that you share this video with other people who are actually believing that these myths are actually real things. So make sure that you subscribe to our channel. The button is there. Just hit that button, and thumbs up. Very important. Thumbs up motivate us to keep doing this. Also share our videos, leave a comment or question. If there's something we've talked about that you didn't understand, please leave us a question and we'll get back to you. Or if you have any other myth that you've heard of and you want us to clarify or debunk, just let us know in the comment section. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
See you.